So everything, our spiritual existence, our very self, the soul, that is created by Krishna, and the body, and material nature, and enjoyment and suffering are all created by Him. But we're the cause of that enjoyment and suffering. That Krishna says in the previous chapter. So, therefore the Supreme Father, Krishna, in order to teach us how to utilize this body properly, how to understand the fact that suffering is beneficial for me, or otherwise there's a reason for it. It's not just like an electric fence that's telling you have to get away from it. It's actually something to tell us that what you're doing now is not the best thing for you, or that something you've done in the past was not proper. So therefore you should take more care to act properly in the future. So therefore, to learn all of that, there is another Father. And that Father is the Guru, or the spiritual master. Especially in our International Society for Krishna Consciousness, although many people may have a guru, initiating guru, or someone who instructs them, the Supreme Guru is Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada acted in many different fatherly ways. One particular thing I always remember is the lesson about what is a real father that Srila Prabhupada depicted in so many different times, in so many different places, in so many different lectures. How we can understand what is the duty of a father. And he depicted that by telling the story and giving us the story of Sri Prasad Maharaj, great saintly devotee of the Lord. Prasad Maharaj was such a great devotee that not only he didn't become a devotee like many of us are trying to do, or some of us have done, or some people may be born in a family and learn from their parents by the way they're living. Prasad Maharaj was a devotee from the time he was in the womb, and he learned all about devotion when he was in the womb, because he didn't have another chance. His father was a demon. So therefore, not that he's going to get some chance to go to the temple or to understand spiritual life, but he understood everything perfectly. That created a great conflict, which ended up in Prahlad Maharaj's father trying to kill him. And so Srila Prabhupada would always say, what did he do wrong? What did Prahlad do wrong that his father became so angry? He was simply a devotee. So the lesson is that even though Prahlad Maharaj's father was a demon, and even though he tried to kill him in so many different ways, even personally tried to do it, after that was all over, and the Supreme Lord Sri Narasimhadev appeared and killed Hiranyakashipu, the first thing that Prahlad Maharaj said was, "Please, my Lord, save me." So this illustrates what is the real duty of a father. Not just to give us some food. Prahlad Maharaj's father gave food, gave shelter, a big palace, better than most of us have. Plenty of money, plenty of opportunity in life to get ahead materially. Actually, he was the controller of the universe, so he had pretty good influence. But he failed as a father because he didn't give the most important thing, which was Krishna consciousness. But his son was such a great devotee that the first thing he thought when his father had been killed, "Please, my Lord, save him." No, he didn't think what he got, what he deserved. Krishna showed him, no. Immediately he felt great compassion. Which brings us to another great lesson that Srila Prabhupada taught us, which is, Srila Prabhupada would always say that the child is the father of man. This is one of his favorite sayings. He would say it many, many times. So what does that mean? That means that the future of mankind, the future of humanity, is actually in the hands of our children. And therefore the children, we have to invest in the children. It's like nowadays, it's very common that people, first of all, the children may not have been planned on. Otherwise, most of the planning goes into not having children, not into having children. So, if they're not planned on means Garbhodhan samskar, which means that the parents, before relating conjugally, they chant and they meditate on Krishna, so that the child, by their meditation, will be a great devotee of the Lord. So this is the first step. But if that step doesn't happen, which many times it doesn't, then the next step is that one should give children education. As Prasad Maharaj said himself, the Kumara Acharet Prabhu, that a child from the very beginning, from the very tender age of 4 or 5 years old, should begin to learn about spiritual life, even before that, if possible, as Prahlad did from the womb. So child is the father of man means that we have to invest everything in our children. And we have to give them especially the most important thing, which is Krishna consciousness.